Good morning and welcome back to Tahoe. Today, one of my favorite parts of the show is interviewing locals like Cindy Borgstrom, and you're representing Electronic Waste Management. That's the company as a whole. And talk about some of the core competencies and what you guys do at Electronic Waste Management, and then we'll talk about the weekend of e-waste recycling coming up.
Okay, sounds good questions. Everything's about responsible recycling, and when it all gets down to it is how do we best utilize our resources? Because number one, we got to keep our mountains and everything safe that way. So let's develop some reprocessing of what we do and what we already are expending and put it in where it makes some sense. So one of our focuses is number one, reuse. We look at things for a reuse. Unfortunately, many manufacturers, it is end of life. They want you to buy something for hire and don't worry about keeping it and flip it around and get something different. But we evaluate everything on that level, number one. Number two, when it can't go into reuse or such, it actually then is more like what they refer to as urban mining. So now instead of taking it out of mountains and stuff, we're utilizing the components that are inside there, the metals, the plastics, all of that, and then reusing it. And everything we do actually stays in California until it gets down to its original composition, which is the plastic, the metals, that sort of things. Then it goes to a manufacturer that will reuse it, and then next year maybe we buy it back again.
So we've been pumping this up for about 2 weeks now. The event coming up this weekend, so we'll give them the details in just a second. But what would be the number one drawback if somebody didn't? They just throw it away at the dump or in their trash can. What sort of, does it leak into the ground? What's the number one thing?
It does. Many of the things, especially because they have circuit boards in them, there are heavy toxins that are in there. I mean, there can be things like beryllium and words I can't even tell you or explain. And it affects your nervous system. It can affect your DNA. It can affect reproduction. Everything. So now when you have a unit, whether it's a TV or something, sitting outside and it's getting weathered, it tries to basically decompose itself. And so all these things start exuding toxins. It goes into the ground. If it rains or anything, it gets washed down into the waterways. It ends up in the lake. It ends up places where you will be exposed to them, and you will consume it in some way or another.
So how can somebody dispose of it correctly this weekend for free?
For free with us at the middle school, and it's going to be Saturday and Sunday, which is going to be 9 to 3. We're also going to be at the Refuge Center, which is happening on Saturday, and we handle the e-waste part of that. So it's free at our facility, but if you're going to end up being at the Refuge Center already, just pay your $5, come in, we'll take it there too. It makes the life a lot simpler.
Yeah, because it is the $5 dump day for the refuse. So this should be your spring cleanup day. This is the time to do it because you've got free e-waste recycling and the $5 dump day. If somebody is a senior or can't make it out, do you guys do pickups?
Yes, we do free pickups for businesses. If you're a senior or you have a handicap, if you contact us, we'll go ahead and we'll also do a free pickup on that. The one thing I did want to mention too, though, is California, everything is totally free because California's paying to a special program to recycle the old TVs and monitors. Nevada or other states do not have that program. So if you are a Nevada person, you're going to, first of all, even if you come in a Nevada truck or something, if you have a California ID that you can show that indeed you are from California, it's going to be totally free. But if you're not, the only fee that's going to exist really is something for a monitor or a TV that's going to be on a CRT. And that's going to be something small depending on the size. It might be $3 to $5 maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
very minimal.
It would be more, but
it's
very minimal.
covering our cost, and that's it, because we have to pay to recycle it.
All righty. Cindy Borgstrom, thank you very much for coming in from Electronic Waste Management. You can get rid of all your stuff for free at the middle school this weekend. And you'll be out there.
In August, the 22nd and 23rd,
we'll be
back.
pumping it up, and we'll have you in the studio. Thanks again for coming in.
You bet.
Now let's send it out to Ski Run Marina.